So,
Go
one
ahead.
of the ones we got here was currency exchange rate. So
Right.
pretty much that is, like if it's cheaper in the States, you might as well just go to the States and shop because, it's going to be good for the States too because they're going to get it all the
Right. What you mean is, when you say currency exchange rate, when the US dollar and the Canadian dollar change or fluctuate, so they go down or up, right? Okay,
Yeah.
good point.
Currency rates affect import and export volume, so when the Canadian dollar goes up, we all go to the States to buy things. This affects our economy and as well as tourism, because if you're going to Cuba, your money's where it goes a lot further there than in Italy or something
Right.
like that.
And then also unemployment is one because some people that don't have jobs don't have that extra money to spend, so that kind of affects the economy.
Right, so
But
you
it's
can't sell
also
things to people that don't have a job.
yeah, and also gas prices is one of them because gas prices are high, so some people have a limited amount of income and they want to, they got to spend it on the gas. They can't really
Right,
purchase other things.
okay,
Another one here I have is taxes,
Okay.
like extra taxes on certain things, like the HST for cars. So pretty much.
which is also partly a social, no, political regulatory thing as well.
Yeah, but it affects the economy, right?
That's right,
So it's
the
like
ability
both.
for people to buy things, okay?
Yeah. So, and also the population, because there's a high demand for jobs. So that would also fall under unemployment, pretty much.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, we have here baby boomers.
Uh-huh.
If they were, how the baby boomers are like generation below us,
Right.
I mean higher than us. So once
Yeah.
they start retiring, we're
That's
their
actually sort of like a
first
social cultural thing, but that's
Okay.
okay. And interest rates.
interest rates. We didn't really get to actually
Okay,
finish that, but pretty much what that is that the interest rates could be high in some banks for loans and stuff like that. So some people can't really afford it.
because they're paying
Yeah,
their monthly amounts that they need to, okay?
mortgages.
Good, thanks.
Okay, here we are with Alex and his group. Things in the economic environment that affect business.
Well, we got minimum wage rates have been increasing lately a lot, causing companies' costs, total wage costs to increase, and this could cause them to lay off some of their employees or cut their hours and things like that. So this makes it harder to operate a business. Riots or other events such as the G20 that cause significant damage to the infrastructure and causes tax dollars to be spent on repairing all that and policing.
That's a
all
good
that.
point, yeah.
Transportation costs such as gas and bus fare have been going up. It's harder for people to get to work, get to school, do what they need to do their job. Sales tax increases may cause people to decrease their spending on goods, and this would basically decrease the volume and profits of the
Right.
companies selling goods. And that's all we got.
Thank you. All right, Ron.
All right, so everybody in the group didn't want to go, so I'll go for them, all right? I'll represent for you. Okay, fuel prices. Shipping, which means the costs increase for buying products that have to be transported some distance. When the price of fuel increases, it makes the commute more expensive for those who are looking to find a better deal. One of the members of the group was talking about buying a computer on sale, but because it wasn't available close to where she lived, it was available in another part of Toronto. She decided not to go all the way there because gas prices are so high, it might be 20 bucks for gas. And if you only got a $15 price difference, then why bother driving all the way to miserable Saga? Some good points. Thank you.
Go.
Yeah, I want to ask, is the banking system, if we have healthy banking system, yeah, it will help business.
Yes?
And also the real estate price, yeah, if the price is high, make people feel they have more money,
Right.
they have more money to spend,
Right.
have more confidence. Yeah. And also the interest rate, yeah,
Yes.
it will, if the interest rate is low, yeah, it means we have lower cost for operating a business.
Yes. If interest rate is low, it costs less to borrow money from the bank, costs less on your credit cards, and you can have more money for operating a business. Good point.
Yeah. And also the income,
Yes?
yeah, it's obvious. If you have income,
Yeah.
you have more money to spend.
Right?
Yeah.
Good.
The employment rate,
Yes?
if we have lower unemployment rate than
Yes.
USA, that's why our price and our business is
Yes.
prosperous
Okay.
better
Okay.
than USA.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so the question is things in the environment, economic environment that affect a business. So we did like when labor unions strike, for example, teachers, there leads to less productivity, which means there's going to be less economic growth. And like the people out of work are going to be, they'll have no income and therefore spending less, which could potentially lead to theft. And
Because people still need to buy stuff and they haven't got money. Right?
Exactly, and
Good.
as an overall result, businesses will suffer because they're not making enough money, as well as people, kind of like a snowball effect.
Right.
That's
Good
pretty
point.
much what
Okay, thank you. All right, so this group's got an interesting comment about sports, because sports is a big business, and people spend money on sports if they got a job or don't got a job. So go ahead, tell me what you're thinking.
So if more entertainment teams like sports, like basketball teams, football teams come into the city, and people have more money to go out and enjoy their favorite teams, they will spend more money and that will thrive the business more than if they don't have money and they decide to watch it on TV or like go to a bar and watch it instead of going to the actual venue, buying tickets, buying jerseys, and stuff like that.
Okay, go ahead.
Saving money on overhead costs is something like outsourcing, so you can move a production plant out to China, but that cuts jobs for your company in Canada, because now you're paying the Chinese citizens to produce your product, but then you have to also pay to import it back to Canada. So it's kind of a vicious circle there. And also interest rates, like if you're going to take out a loan to open your business, if an interest rate is like stupid low, then you're going to probably want to get a loan from that bank because it's going to be a lot cheaper to pay it back in the long run. So if an interest rate is lower, you're probably going to see more small businesses opening up, and that creates more competition all over the economy.
Things in the economic environment that affect businesses are the business cycle and competition. Business cycle is the rise or fall of the economy, so this affects businesses because when prices go up on things needed for daily life, it hurts everybody. But big businesses can survive this, but small businesses can't survive long and wait for the economy to come back up. But the competition side of business is very risky because people always want to sell their product cheaper than the competition so they can get more customers and increase profits.
The economic environment and business cannot exist without one another. As an example, when a bank gives out too much loan, the loaners can't pay back. Therefore, it's bankrupt, and they lose money. When the people who put money in the bank are also bankrupt, therefore they can't buy any more supplies to live. And when they can't buy any supplies, the companies who sell the supplies will be bankrupt. Therefore, a company without any customers equals bankruptcy.